Let's continue our discussion of civil forfeiture. Hopefully, the recent Supreme Court decision in the case of Timms versus Indiana may result in some reining in of civil forfeiture abuses. So what was the case about? Mr. Timms, an Indiana resident, received a cash sum of money from his father's life insurance company after his father died. Of that money, he used about $42,000 to purchase a vehicle. However, Timms, who had been a former drug addict, fell back into the habit after his father's death. He also started participating in small drug sales to support his habit. Timms was arrested by undercover officers for selling $225 of drugs. Timms pleaded guilty and was sentenced to a year of house arrest, 5 years of probation, and a fine of $1,200, which he paid. However, Indiana used their forfeiture law to confiscate his vehicle, arguing that Timms had used the vehicle to transport the drugs. Timms's lawyers sued, arguing that seizing the vehicle violated the Eighth Amendment's prohibition against excessive fines. The case got up to the Supreme Court of Indiana, which decided that the excessive fines clause of the Eighth Amendment did not apply to the states. The case was appealed to the Supreme Court. In February 2019, the Supreme Court reversed the state court and decided unanimously that the Eighth Amendment's protection from excessive fines was incorporated against the states. Tip: please subscribe and support the work of Aspire to Money, where we talk about all things related to you and your money. Back to civil forfeiture. Experts state that the threat is not over. 42 states still have laws on the books providing huge incentives for police departments to do civil forfeiture. So United States citizens should still be vigilant about protecting themselves against civil forfeiture until there's more widespread reform. Here are some general guidelines to follow to try and protect yourself. First, don't carry large amounts of cash with you. Second, rely more on checks and credit cards in place of cash. 3, be careful who you lend money to. If the money is used in the commission of a crime or even suspected as such by the police, the cash can be confiscated. Worse yet, it could be traced back to you, which could result in criminal charges for being implicated in an alleged crime you had no part in. The same principle applies to any other piece of your property. One woman had her car seized when her son was pulled over while driving it. Even though she was innocent, she was never able to get her car back. Fourth, be sure to consult with your attorney about the proper legal way to handle large cash deposits to any U.S. bank. Innocent consumers and small businesses have all been snagged by laws and regulations in this area. These laws are intended to stop money laundering, but often snag the innocent in an overly wide net.